Hey guys, LevelCap here. Today we're going to be taking a look at a specific class setup in Crysis 3. Now the two key suit modules to make this setup work are maneuverability. The first level will work, obviously upgrading it all the way helps a bit, and proximity alarm. The combination of these two modules will allow you to move around the map extremely fast, and they'll warn you if somebody's close to you, so it'll allow you to really hunt them down much quicker. Now the third suit module is really up to your preference. I've been using Weapon Pro to allow for faster reloading. When I upgrade it all the way, it will allow me to aim down sight faster and switch between weapons faster. You can potentially switch out this module for something like Hunter, Auto Armor, Scout. Any of those would actually be pretty decent choices, so you have a little bit of flexibility in how you want to customize this to your playstyle, but maneuverability and proximity alarm I think are some of the best modules you can get all around, but especially for this setup. Now you want to set up your Jackal to be the absolute best killing machine possible, and the way you do this is you unlock extended mags, throw that on there so you have a huge 16 round magazine with this auto shotgun, and then you want to upgrade the laser sight that's going to give it more accurate hipfire. Now if you want extremely accurate hipfire, you can take your third suit module and switch that to point fire enhance, which basically reduces your hipfire spread by 15% at the lowest level and 25% at the highest level. I tried this and I have to say I think it was a little bit too accurate. I want a tiny bit of spread with my shotgun just to allow for slight inaccuracies in close range combat, so I ended up not even needing the point fire enhancement. Now you're good to go. The way I like to play this class is pick a close quarters map. It can work on long range maps, you just have to get in close, which is what enhanced mobility is really great for. But you can run around the map really fast with your enhanced mobility. When you see an enemy, switch to armor or cloak depending on how you want to approach them. Get in close and just destroy them. This thing will actually kill people at medium range really effectively too. The spread is actually that tight that you can drop opponents at medium range a lot faster than you might think. The speed and enhanced ledge climbing ability from mobility will allow you to just get into a combat situation, waste people, get out if you need to. It's great for crash site, just jumping into the crash site and just wasting everybody with the, probably in my opinion, one of the best close quarter weapons. Sure, the Typhoon is pretty devastating, but that thing chews through your ammo so fast. This one can drop 3 people in close quarter combat no problem, and you'll usually still have a few rounds to spare. Now as for proximity alarm, I think this is just such a great module in general, but especially for this class. You're going to be running through a map extremely fast, close quarters. You won't have quite as much time to check every single corner or always look behind you. Everybody else in this game can move very fast too. They can also cloak. So proximity alarm is really going to make you aware of people that not so much are sneaking up on you, but are near your vicinity as you're running around. So you might be on your way from point A to point B, and there's a guy in between there somewhere that you're not aware of. This will ping you to him. You can stop, look around, find them, hunt them down, and kill them very fast. Now you do have the option to combine this with the Hunter suit module, which basically highlights your enemy's footsteps on the ground. So if somebody's running around a corner, you will literally see their footsteps pointing you in that direction. It's a pretty darn good module. It also makes it so that you don't make any footstep sounds when you're running around, so you can be a little bit more stealthy with it. You could also potentially switch out proximity alarm with Hunter if that's more your style. Personally, I think proximity alarm is still one of the best. Now I hate to say it, but jumping mid-combat can be a very useful tactic. In fact, it's extremely good if you're using shotguns, because not only is it going to make you a very hard target to hit, but you can hit your opponent while you're flying through the air with pretty darn good accuracy. Sure, you can do the same thing with an assault rifle or any other automatic weapon, but it's going to be a lot easier with a shotgun because you dish out so much power with just one shot. All you have to do is line up that one shot, take the shot, and dish out the massive damage. With an automatic weapon, you have to keep your crosshair on your opponent the entire time to dish out the damage, and that can be a bit harder to do while you're flying through the air. One of the drawbacks of using the laser sight upgrade on this shotgun is that it gets rid of your heads-up display targeting reticle. So you basically just see the laser in the center of the screen, which can sometimes get lost in the heat of combat. I think it's more difficult to aim at your target from the hip with this laser sight, so that can be a little bit tricky. You're really going to have to get used to it. In a pinch, you can still aim down sights for enhanced accuracy, but I'd recommend just trying to keep your mobility up. Side strafing, making yourself a hard target, jumping around, and just using this auto shotgun to absolutely waste any opponent that can't take you out within the first few seconds of combat. As for secondary weapons, I found that I didn't use it too much. I think the default pistol is great. The magical 6-shooter that you can unlock at level 35 I think is going to be pretty good. I'm level 34 right now, so I'm one level away from getting that and testing it out. It looks quite nice. I really wasn't using the sidearm too much, but again, you can sort of use whatever you want for that scenario. I was thinking that the 6-shooter might be a nice one, so you have a weapon that's very good at long range if you need something good for long range in a pinch. As far as the grenade type, I was using rocket launcher for a while, which is fun. I'm thinking that a flashbang or an EMP grenade would actually be really great, especially for crash site modes. The rocket launcher is nice for taking out 1 or 2 opponents sometimes that are hanging out on a crash site. You can even fire it while leaping through the air for a really good quick kill. But a flashbang or an EMP grenade plus this setup would be a great way to sort of flash the site, run in, and just waste everybody with this Jackal. Now, if you're playing the class right, you are going to start to unlock your kill streaks pretty quickly. I found that I almost always like to skip the Swarmer's kill streak just because when I pop out the Swarmer, I'm all of a sudden forced to move very slow. It sort of transitions me out of the fast run and gun playstyle, and I can usually get a kill or 2 with the Swarmer, but it also often gets me killed. And I find that with this class, to stay alive, mobility is key, and the Swarmer kind of hurts that for me. I was thinking about trying out Heavy Weapon Pro in one of my suit modules to see if that helped once I got to the Swarmer unlock to allow me to move faster with the Swarmer. But other than that, I've been skipping it a lot and just moving on to the other kill streaks, and then using the Swarmer when I run out of ammo with my primary weapon, or there's just some random situation that really calls for a Swarmer. Now, I was playing in a server and the admin actually kicked me, and the reason was for using the Jackal glitch, he said, and apparently there may or may not be some sort of glitch state of the Jackal where it just becomes way too accurate from hip firing while moving around. I don't know if it's so much of a glitch as it is just sort of a slight imbalance in the game. I wouldn't be surprised if the devs over at Crytek just nerf the heck out of the Jackal, just because I have to say, with this class, everything becomes easy. You feel amazingly powerful. When I switch to any other class, even in long range maps, I find that it's harder to do as well as I do when running this Jackal setup. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Jackal nerf incoming, perhaps reduce the effectiveness at range, maybe even reduce the rate of fire just slightly. I hope they don't take it all the way down, but you know how devs are. Sometimes they'll nerf things into oblivion and then sort of bring them back up slowly. Hopefully it's a small nerf just to try and balance out some of the other things in the game. It's an amazing setup. I recommend trying it out before any sort of nerf comes in. It will be an easy way to rank up and get to higher levels and unlock other suit modules and that kind of thing. So thanks for watching the video, guys, and I'll see you next time. This is LevelCap signing off.